singers, totally jet set the zinger.
Pesky clinger next to linger in lingerie made by Ann Taylor. Handstand a standard Camaro with Santana.
Banana peel slipping, I feel women in menopause.
Handle these chickens, I'm Glock clicking with cheddar ball.
Trampoline dick and I'm real sick and I'm better off.
Kennedy tripping, I wanna become a senator.
Off stance in transit, titties out, booties up. Trying to find a way to see that everybody poops enough.
Who the fuck been moving up on Julia with Rufio? And I will take it to all of you with bayonets and Uzi guns. What?
Something was touching me, hoping someone that wanna suck me under the fucking sea. What?
Sucking it fucking D. Do you wanna do it? She said, bumblebee.
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 Rolling like a tumbleweed.
Tommy B.
Tumbling.
I think that I'm hungry.
Grilled cheese.
Honey D.
Tell your mama what it be.
I just wanna take this time to say what's up to Scummy T.
Suffering.
Succotash.
Kick you in a fucking ass.
Buffering.
Suck a dick. Terrible connection.
Dial up.
Pile on.
Entering the fire zone.
Call me on a xylophone.
Put a brand new style on.
Pimp it out. This is it. Pimp it out. This is it. Pimp it out. This is it. Pimp it out. This is it.
Big Jimmy got hooked on them rock songs. She got hooked on the salt. She swears it wasn't her fault. She was drinking old English malt. Them boys could play that football. My lady went and screwed them all. How the bird girls always get called. Just another
Dundalk song.
And this might sound wrong. 20 years in the making, coming on strong. See me down at Donna's party all night long. Pretty face girls too big for the thong. And they smoke Pall Malls. Get a couple bucks, make the bad boys tall. Then we go to Mary for a midnight raw. Better not snitch if we break in the law. Farm store hobos with a little attitude. Would it hurt so much to show a little gratitude? Little cousin drunk and everybody's had a few. Don't
Welcome back to Weed Cap Radio. Welcome back to Weed Cap Radio. I am your host, Caleb. With me, as always, is my fiance, Lauren. Lauren, say hello to the folks at home.
Hey.
And we have a special guest here again, highly requested by the listeners. Highly requested. Give it up. Give it up. Yes. Yes. Give us some more. My sister, Brooke. Brooke, say hello.
Hey.
Brooke is here to clear the air. We're going to get into that here shortly. I apparently implied that she was from somewhere she's not from last time. We're going to get into that. Before we get into that, we'd like to welcome you back to Weed Cap Radio. It's a beautiful Friday, rainy night. It's Friday. We got the lights on in the studio. It's very nice. We've got NASCAR on in the background. We drinking. We're smoking. We're smoking. And Lauren is smoking. I'm not smoking. I'm having some drinks. And Brooke is stone cold sober. Because she's here on business.
Yeah, I'm wearing my business polo.
She's in a polo. She woke up this morning. She put on a polo and she earned her Jersey Mike's. And she is here to set the record straight.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told. First things first, we want to welcome you back to Weed Cap Radio. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you to all of our loyal listeners. Chelsea requested, Crystal Chelsea requested my sister come back. We got a lot of messages that my sister last time was the best episode we've done. So she's here. She has risen from the ashes of Dundalk like a phoenix.
All right, first of all,
she's here. I'm starting to believe that you're not from Dundalk because no one in Dundalk owns a polo.
That's true.
No one in Dundalk owns a polo. So 1 point, we'll get into it. We'll keep score here this evening. Weed Cap Radio, your premier internet talk radio show. And I just want to point it out there.
Okay.
We are audio only, as God intended. Okay. Something that's really been bothering me lately.
Makes sense.
Okay. Is these video podcasts. And there's no need for them to be video. If you have a podcast and there's a visual element to it, by all means, be on a video. But I'll tell you what you don't need. You don't need 2 to 5 guys who look exactly like me sitting fatly in chairs and talking about food or whatever. It doesn't need to be on video. That's one thing I'd like to say.
Well, that gives them an excuse to get all together, and then after the show, they do a jerk circle.
Oh, a jerk circle.
Also on video.
But they tell people they're doing a podcast.
OnlyFans.
It's a cover-up.
Never understood a jerk. I got proposed for a jerk circle one time by someone you know. Someone you know,
didn't point
a friend
to me.
of no, God no,
He
no
didn't
one.
point to me.
No, I've taken part in all the jerk circles people you know have
That's right. We were
propositioned
there.
me for. Do you remember my friend Kyle with the blonde hair?
Yeah.
This one night we were just chilling. He was like, "You want to jerk off?" And I was like, "Yeah, kind of, but not in front of you."
Oh my!
What's the psychology behind that?
Yeah.
The psychology behind that.
Do they turn around
What are you talking about?
or do they face each other?
Do you think you go back to back?
I don't know.
No. You think you're back to back?
I don't know. The purpose is to watch each other,
What do
or
you?
what?
You got your dick in your
Isn't that
hand.
gay?
You're
I
I
fucking.
think
I'm
it's
trying
just
to be weird.
companionship.
What are you crumping? Stomping the yard. You stomping the yard
You
with
can't be
back to
crumping
back.
because you gotta hold
It's
it.
because you want to fuck your friend.
He wanted
but
to
you
fuck
can't.
you.
I, for a long time, was very womanly looking before I could grow facial
That
hair.
makes sense.
I had very womanly hips. I had a boyish face. My cheeks were always red for some reason. And I don't
So
know.
you think Kyle wanted to fuck you?
I don't know if he wanted to fuck me, but he asked me
Is
to
he
jerk
gay?
off. No, he's not gay. He's a pastor now.
That adds up.
He's
Yeah.
gay.
That adds up.
He's
Sorry,
like,
Kyle.
all right, guys, welcome back to Sunday Group. Does anybody want to fucking crank hog real quick before we get into
Before
this?
we get into this,
I read scripture better with empty balls. So if we could all get on the same wavelength, I feel like it really benefit us all.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
he was
sorry.
like, "Do you want to jerk off?" I was like,
Imagine
"No."
if ladies did that. I'd be like, oh, you're gay. Okay.
We were watching like Road Trip too, which is like a very erotic
With
movie.
Ice Cube?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Road Trip? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to
With Ice Cube?
Road Trip with Ice Cube. That would be a funny movie.
There's a movie with Ice
talking
Cube
about a
where he's
porno?
dad.
No. Road Trip is a movie starring Josh something. His name's Josh Phillips.
Let me do a little Google.
Tom Green is in it. Ruben
oh, it's one
something.
of those movies.
Yes,
Like
it was
American Pie?
exactly. It was kind of like that. There was that boy DJ Qualls, the real skinny dude who looks like he's got AIDS all the time.
I do see that. I do. Okay, so
Stifler was in Road Trip. Stifler. Breckenmeyer was in it.
I wonder what the movie is that I was thinking of.
It was a very erotic movie. A lot of titties,
Oh, so
But he was
wanted-
turned on.
and he was turned on. I was just, I
Yeah,
was like,
Euro
So
Trip is recommended.
He just wanted to jerk off real quick.
You know
and
what-
you just happened to be there.
Do you-
So he just thought you should make it a group activity.
do you want to know the craziest thing is that we had been we were supposed to buy weed and we couldn't get any weed, and we heard that smoking black tea like out of tea bags could get you high.
No.
We had just smoked tea, and he was like, "Do you want to jerk off?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "It's the tea talking, dude.
The tea talking.
It's the tea that did
Is that
nothing.
tea talk?
It's that tea talking, dude.
Tea talking.
Maybe smoking black tea does make you gay. I only took a couple hits because it hurt my throat. Maybe he was just ripping it. He smoked like a whole, by the way, a printer paper joint of black tea.
Printer paper?
Yeah, like ripped the strip. Dude, it was so harsh.
Printer paper.
It smelled like a tire fire. And he was like, "It has a tea talking, dude. I'm just
That's
kidding."
the
My
tea
bad, man.
talking.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's Are We There Yet?
yeah.
That's the movie with
It would be
Ice
really
Cube.
funny because in that movie, it's about
Yeah.
white nerdy people like trying to,
Fuck.
like DJ Qualls. He sleeps with a large African American woman. Right. So it wouldn't have been, it couldn't have been, it couldn't have been Ice Cube because it had to be a white woman.
All right.
Oh, that's not good. Got into it too soon.
Sorry.
We've recently watched the movie Nosferatu. Not a great
Brooke
film.
saw it in theaters, though, so.
Yeah, what was that like? Go ahead. Because
I giggled. I giggled a lot. And,
of course,
Giggling.
I jumped too.
halfway through the movie,
When he stood up naked, I jumped.
Right?
I jumped too. I
Yeah.
said, "Good God, what's he feeding that
We
thing?"
all
Yeah.
jumped.
It was a.
Why do you have a mustache?
It was an exception because with a hog like that, you can't help but to have a mustache.
Was it big? I
Threw
don't
me
remember.
off.
It was soft and hanging well below his balls,
Well, he's a
which
vampire, Caleb.
I'll
He's
chalk up
very
as
old.
chalk up as a win any day of the week.
It was a rotten dick.
It wasn't
And
rotten
she was
dick.
taking that rotten dick.
Ew,
Yeah.
yeah,
But she saved the
Halfway
town.
halfway through the movie, I'm out of my mind on edibles. Lauren goes, "I think this whole movie is about her fucking the monster," and I go, "You're so wrong. There's no way that's what this movie's about."
But what do you think it was about? What do you think she was having seizures? No, she was getting fucked
She was on
Mm-hmm.
an orgasm.
spiritually. She was on the sidewalk,
I was,
legs spread,
I know,
legs spread,
Yeah,
dick
her
down.
what
naked.
dick down. I knew that it was.
Metaphorically.
I knew when it was sexual when her nose started bleeding because I was like, "Oh, that's familiar to me." When
When
you
did her nose start bleeding?
I don't know. Caleb
When did-
remembers.
when-
He remembers the bloody parts because he's weird.
And why?
About blood.
I'm not understanding.
I was joking.
Okay.
It was a stupid joke, but
About cocaine.
no.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like, have you?
We don't get it.
busted a nut and it made you bleed? I'm confused.
Oh, I've
so
bled. I've bled. Can I hit that real quick?
Okay.
You
yeah.
bled after busting a nut.
No, I haven't.
This
no.
is getting
You
weird.
don't know what he's talking
No.
about.
I'd like to end this conversation.
No, I have. Yeah.
No
Never
more.
mind.
No more.
So, Nosferatu.
more.
The movie was too long because
It
was.
was.
What
I
was
felt
the?
it to be gross.
What do you think the runtime was on that motherfucker?
2 hours. Wasn't it?
Longer.
2 hours. 50.
Like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We
need to-
watched it in 2 parts.
I think we need to call it Nosferatu long.
Wow.
And thick.
But girthy boy. Halfway through the movie, I started going, this movie is too long. I thought of the Nosferatu long thing. And then I started imagining that the monster was an old black man named How you doing? My name's Nosferatu Long. And then I started making sense to me. She's been dicked down so crazily by this old black man, Nosferatu
See.
Long. I'll come and get you. I just got to get out of this tomb before I dick you down.
That's kind of romantic if you think about it.
What part of it was romantic?
This guy likes you so much, he's dicking you down psychically.
Well,
and then,
They were like
and then
somehow
he comes to
bonded.
town just
Yeah.
for you.
yeah.
He got shipped. He killed everybody on that ship.
He
Well-
made her bust numerous nuts.
Yeah.
And that's quite rare.
He said.
Back then, they didn't come. Women weren't
They
built to
didn't
come
care about
in
women. Yeah.
in the 1700s.
Didn't even know they had clits.
So that was rare. So good for her.
That's why she loved it.
Well, the thing is that the ironic part is that another large-hogged monster was in the movie,
Who?
Willem Dafoe.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
the last hour of the movie was him saying, you gotta fuck him.
You gotta fuck
You
him.
just gotta fuck him
You
till the
just-
sun comes up.
Yeah, he was
And
like,
she knew too from the beginning. She was like,
She
Yep.
didn't want her husband to leave. She's like, I'm good, not better.
true.
well, Willem Dafoe's penis. This is a little. This is a little.
Here we go.
This is a little.
A little fact about him.
Factoid for the listeners at home. This is a real news article from 3 years ago
Ooh.
from faroutmagazine.co.uk.
Yeah.
The bizarre story of how Willem Dafoe needed a penis double for the film Antichrist. Okay. Now, you assume that you go, oh, he needs a penis double
To make it bigger.
to make it bigger. No. Willem Dafoe's penis was so large that after filming the 2009 psychological thriller Antichrist, the director had to cut a scene that Dafoe's actual penis was in and reshoot it with a body double because it was, quote, so large that everyone in the room was left confused.
How do
So-
you get confused by a dick?
I know what's going on.
Brooke's like,
Why are we punishing the man?
look at it in the
Obviously,
eye.
he's very
like,
talented.
what?
Well, I think at a certain point it might be so
not his fault.
it might be so big that it becomes like a party trick.
Oh,
There's
it
a
took up the
photo.
whole entire shot.
Is there a
They
photo?
needed more room.
There is a photo if anybody would. I mean, it's
Holy fuck! It is.
yeah. I mean, it is quite. I mean, that's on soft and it's halfway down his thigh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. So all of a
It's
sudden,
down to his knees.
all of a
It
sudden,
literally is. I can't imagine it grows more.
The length's better than the girth, ladies. I'm telling you now.
with a name like Willem Dafoe, God had to do something for you.
William Dafoe, hang low.
Willem Dafoe hang low, absolutely. And then I started thinking about like the
Yes.
director from the Spider-Man trying to fit him into that Green Goblin, and they had to bring in like production assistants to help stuff his cock into the green suit.
Oh no, they had to like edit that out. I think
Mm-hmm.
they
If I could travel
CGI'd
back
it.
in time,
What would you
that's
do?
where I would go.
in the suit.
I'd be if I could.
Cram
You
yourself
travel back in
there.
time for where?
He'd go.
To be his costume designer.
Because he's an odd looking duck.
No, he is weird looking. I'm sorry,
But
I don't
he's not
find him
ugly.
attractive.
I don't think he's ugly.
Really? Have
No.
you seen The Lighthouse?
No.
It's
don't
2.5
watch
hours of him
If you
farting.
don't think he's ugly, yeah, that ruined him for me. I'm sorry. He
He's
farts and he's just like
He's got a crazy mustache, and then
crazy accent.
halfway through that movie, he smokes some black tea and asks fucking Robert
No,
Pattinson if he wants to jerk off.
You just want to ruin for this me so bad. You just want to ruin it for me.
Yeah, Brooke's like, come on, man.
No, I'm just saying, and
No,
that
don't
The
watch that
Lighthouse is a
movie.
terrible movie.
Well, I won't watch it.
It's long and it's boring, and they fart so much.
It's all farts. It's nothing
All
but
farts.
farting.
What's it
You're
about?
like, why are
It's two dudes sitting in a
farting
lighthouse.
in a fucking lighthouse, dude? That's all it's about.
Yeah, they're just ripping farts.
Robert Pattinson's in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really great actors. Why do they use them for that?
We don't know.
It was an art film. It's in black and white. So you can put anything in black and white, and
And it's artsy.
people stand up at the fucking film festivals and
Yeah.
clap, and it's just Willem Dafoe farting at Robert Pattinson.
And then fighting and jerking off.
And every time
I'm pretty sure they jerk off in there.
they do, and Robert Pattinson jerks off, and then fucking Willem Dafoe wants to jerk off, and Robert Pattinson has to leave the lighthouse because there's not enough room for Willem Dafoe to take his cock out in the room. He's got to vacate the
There's
premises.
not enough room in there.
Yeah,
Someone
it's hard.
Take me to that lighthouse.
It's hard for Willem Dafoe to fart because he has to lift his penis. It curls around back and creates
A suction of some sort.
it creates a vapor lock on his asshole, and he's got every time he farts,
He's gotta loosen it.
Yeah, he's got to yank that thing to the side.
So you're saying the tip goes in his butthole?
Something
No,
like
it
that.
just rests against it. It creates
All
a
right,
seal.
thank you for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
like a little.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty crazy. It says they
rare.
used this is the top comment on that imagine being the guy that is asked to be a substitute because his penis is not confusing.
His penis is not as big.
Yeah.
You're like, damn.
Dishonor.
Okay.
Oh well, the second biggest comment is the second most sorry.
Comment.
It says, "Old Willem is packing the pipe of confusion." Yeah.
Yeah. We're all confused.
Director,
Everyone's like, how does he have a hog that big?
director's calling the casting agent like, "We need someone with a small penis," and I'm like, "I am available. I've got a wide open schedule." So it's been a crazy week. It's been a good week if you don't know what tariffs are.
Yeah.
If you're retarded like me and you had to Google, if you're fucking retarded and a stoner and a drunk and you didn't know what a tariff was until you Googled it.
I tried to tell you what it was.
By the way, I logged into my 401k and I was like, what?
Don't do that.
Yeah, I was like, what? This is affecting my retirement. And then I logged in. I had 5 seconds of being like, yo, what the fuck?
A motherfucker.
And then I went, you know what? I'm not going to live long enough for this to matter. I can't retire till I'm 65. It's been a rough 30 already.
Yeah, you got more
30 more years of this
I
shit.
have more to go.
Yeah, I'm going to work I will die at work probably. So it is what it is. But I was like,
I get a fat check if you die at work.
yeah, you get. Lauren's going to retire with Willem Dafoe.
She just had the biggest smile on her face.
Yeah, she was thinking about her and Willem Dafoe retiring that lighthouse.
Fuck no, he's going to be dead.
Oh,
I hope you live a happy life, a long, happy life.
You are correct though. If I die at work, you get like $1 million or something. That policy I took out is fucking crazy. What?
I got a crazy policy. I don't know why.
They were like, well, because the lady guilted me into it. She was like, "Don't you want your fiance to be taken care of?" So like, I was like,
and he was like, "Fuck, she's got these animals."
and then she was like, "Do you want to leave
plants.
anything for your parents?" And I was like, "No, they've done fucking nothing but be a detriment to me."
Yeah.
They're lucky I'm not sending them invoices for fucking mental health checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was to go to a therapist, they'd be like, how would you like to pay? I'd be like, you can just forward this, split it down the middle and forward
Yeah.
it to both of my parents. And if they're not paying for it, you're going to let it go to collections because I won't pay a goddamn thing.
You didn't ask for it.
No, absolutely not. And you don't have to pay. There's one thing I've learned in my 20s, now that I'm in my 30s, but in my 20s, something really valuable I learned is that we have free healthcare in America if you don't care about your credit score.
Yeah.
You really
Some
don't have to
states-
pay your medical bills.
Some
you
states
really
your
don't.
health bills don't go to collections. And
Yeah,
only
they
affect your
don't.
credit.
Well, let me tell you something. Maryland's not one of those because I talk to those people all the time. They're like, hey, you went to the hospital when you were 22. And I'm like, yeah, I had an arrhythmia. And they're like, well, you owe us $1,200.
Well, they might be lying.
And I go,
I really don't know if you have to pay that.
the statute of limitations is over.
What does that mean?
They have to,
Because it's been 3 years?
By the way, I was sued recently.
I was gonna say, are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. I was sued in court recently.
What?
Yeah,
He
this
really
is-
was. Actually, this is such a crazy story.
This is what happened. Okay, I got an AT&T phone when I was 26.
When he moved out of your grandparents' house.
and I moved to my other I got a new phone through AT&T. And I go, before I got the phone, I called them and I'm like, hey, I want to make sure my phone's going to work here because it's in a
There's
very
no fucking service
rural
there.
area. And they were like, absolutely. So I get this phone through them. The phone doesn't work. I have to walk like
He
half a
literally
mile.
had no service.
If like I wanted to take a phone call, I would have to walk like half a mile down the road. It was crazy. So I was like, I'm not paying for this. I went and got a Walmart phone or whatever. And I forgot about it. I mean, I literally just threw that phone in a drawer and just stopped paying them. And then this past summer, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This past summer, Lauren and I took a long
We took like a Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe, or something like that, like off from work. So it'd be like a super long weekend vacation type deal.
Lauren, during that time, the first day of our vacation, Lauren's door on her car stops working. Like
It was a recall that had happened that I just never got fixed.
The latch failed. She went to shut her door
on my
and it wouldn't
driver's
shut.
side door.
So, and no service place would take us immediately. They were like, we can see you Tuesday. It was Friday morning or Thursday morning. And we're like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do? I had to go out and bungee cord her shit shut and everything.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do anything. It was a horrible vacation. Monday morning, I'm outside with the dog and I'm walking the dog. And Lauren was in here and an African guy in like a 1997 Toyota Camry looks at me. He's driving through our complex. He looks at me, slams on his brakes like skirt. And I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And I didn't even think I was being sued. I'm like, oh, this is a Somali pirate. He's here. I'm like, he can't tell. I'm the captain now. I don't need that right now. So he slams on his brakes, looks at something on his passenger seat, looks at me, looks at something on his passenger seat and looks at me. And then he's like starting to unbuckle. So I have the dog and I start running into the house.
Dude, he came
running.
in.
Just picturing him running.
No, he like came in like the bottom and like ran up the. I was
First
like,
of
what's
all,
going on?
That's rude as fuck to bust out into laughter, picture me running.
It is funny though.
He wears like Sanooks and Crocs and shit. That'd be so funny.
Okay, so
I think he was wearing Vans.
like, dragging.
I was wearing Vans, but I'm wearing like basketball shorts and like a shirt that says like "smell my face" or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he starts reaching, like he's unbuckling, and I'm like, this dude's gonna get out. And nowhere in my mind did I go, I'm being sued. I'm like, oh, this guy's trying to rob me, and that's racist. I shouldn't have thought that. But the urgency in which he was looking at something and then looking at
Probably
me,
had a picture of you.
yeah,
He did.
absolutely. And what he probably had a picture from like years ago, and he's trying.
He's like, damn.
Like, who is that? The same guy?
Yeah, he's like,
What?
oh, he's not taking care of himself.
It's the same thing they do when they look at his license and
So-
then look at him.
I run into the fucking into the house.
You came in here and you're like, I think I might be getting subpoenaed. And I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Oh.
Yeah, because like I thought I was going to testify in court about like I had just testified in court for family issues from my other side of the family, and I'm like, this is going to be like an order to, and so I'm like, fuck, and
I told him, I said, no.
Lauren goes, you're so paranoid, you're stoned, because we're on vacation. I'm stoned at 8:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
She's like, you're so fucking paranoid. You're so stoned and paranoid all the time. When are you going to grow up? And at that time, it's like, doom, 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 doom on the door. And Lauren's mouth fell open like she was fucking like a SpongeBob character. Like her jaw has never been that. She was in the middle of berating me and then they're banging on the door. And
And
she's
it was like a police bang.
Yeah.
I was so scared.
it was like, doom, doom. And I'm like, holy fuck. I answer the door and there's this fucking like 6'9" African dude. And who I just saw out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can I help you? And he was like, are you galloped? And I was like,
You're going full government
Why do you
name,
sound
huh?
like
oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, are you Gallup? And I was like, yeah, I am. And he was like, this is for you.
You've been
And he
served.
handed me the papers and I'm like, what's this? And he goes, I don't know, but you've been served. And he fucking walked down the stairs.
So
Gotcha.
crazy.
Dude, he skipped down the stairs. He was like,
He probably thought it was going to be so much harder for him, and
Bye,
you just
girl.
made it so easy
Yeah,
because you were just outside.
most people probably say, no, that's not me. And I was like, yeah. Yeah. So,
The fuck?
and then I had to fucking, so then this is the craziest part is I called them and I'm like, hey, I'll pay this. Like, it's not a big deal. I'll pay it. I
and
didn't
they
know.
were like, well, that's too late.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know
You're
I owed
actually
you
going to court.
because they've been sending all of the paperwork
different address.
to the address where my grandfather died. I don't talk to the person who lives there.
We don't even know if he's still living there.
Right. There might be nobody living. They like foreclosed on the house. So they've been sending all of this like court documents. I missed a court date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like fucking.
Then how'd you not have like a warrant out?
Because it wasn't.
It was a civil
like a
case.
civil-
It's not.
it
Yeah,
was-
but that'd be so funny. It'd be like I
Got
get pulled
arrested.
over for speeding, and they're like, "Do you owe AT&T like $900?"
Damn, they sued you over $900.
It was $1,100 with
the
interest.
price of an iPhone. What was it? It was such an old.
It was an iPhone 11.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so.
Damn, I can't remember last.
Yeah, they took me right to court. So I called them and I'm like, hey, and then I had to explain to them like, hey, I don't live here anymore. Like, look at the address you served me. I've lived here for years. Like they're sending court documents to this other fucking bumfuck, whatever. And then the first lady was like, well, you should have paid the bill in the first place. And I was like, listen, you fucking frumpy bitch, you fucking cunt.
He did try to cancel it. I was there.
I
All
called.
the times he called AT&T was like, get me a refund. I don't want your fucking phone.
Yeah, I
It
was like,
doesn't work.
I'll take your phone back. And they were like, no, you signed a contract. And I was like, I fucking called you to make sure the fucking phone. I got real belligerent with them. And yeah. So anyways, they let me pay it. We're all good now. But it was crazy. And just, dude, I'm telling you, the way this dude slammed on the brakes and looked at me, it made my asshole slam shut. I was like, if you were standing by me, you heard like,
That strong asshole of yours.
oh my God. Oh, thank you for noticing. Thank
Well,
you for
that's-
remembering.
I didn't notice. I just heard. I didn't notice. I didn't see anything.
That's right.
I just heard.
All you
Let's,
saw.
let's make that straight.
All you saw was me sweating in the back of a van from Myrtle Beach all the way to Finksburg.
I've been there, brother.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
Your sphincter ain't so
I
tight
got the
anymore.
same bowel disease.
What'd you say? My sphincter ain't tight.
What?
Let me tell you something. If you put a pinky in my sphincter, I could break your finger off.
Well, I can tell you one thing. If you've got a shit and you see a hillbilly on the side of the road swinging a dead cat, you might shit your
I wouldn't have
pants.
shitted. I'll tell you
There we
that.
go.
I wouldn't
have
shitted.
either.
Fuck both of you.
Y'all
Okay.
never seen a hillbilly swinging a dead cat before?
No. That was the first for me.
No,
And
I
I
haven't
co-
either. But
And I think I've lived the most hillbilly life out of all three of us here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you think you've had more hillbilly experiences?
No.
Miss grew up in a cul-de-sac?
I had a lot of friends who lived on
I
farms.
grew up in the sack.
Yeah, the sack
believe
of
that.
Dundalk, maybe.
I've never lived in Dundalk.
You need to let her clear the air.
Oh, here we go. Let's
I've
clear
not-
the air.
Yeah, first of all, I'm not from Dundalk.
That's
Do
right.
I have family members that live there? 1, 2. But guess what? I don't really fuck with them.
That's right.
So I'm not from there.
Have you adopted? Is it fair to say that maybe you've adopted a Dundalk
Qualities.
mindset,
Oh,
No.
a Dundalk attitude?
what is that?
I've always been kind of a diva.
That's right.
I wouldn't say Dundalk is
I
full
would-
of divas.
I wouldn't. You're not a diva. A diva is someone who's dramatic for no reason. You let problems come to you, but then you handle them in a very Dundalk way.
What the
What's that mean? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. If we could take it back just a little bit, just take a little trip down memory lane. You had just told us that, and this is about 45 minutes ago, that when you were 13, you were at Olive Garden and there were people who were being too loud and you said, shut the fuck up. Is that?
That is true.
I don't think that's Dundalk.
Oh,
You get
really?
you get a little
Yeah.
ghetto. I have heard a little ghetto come out.
Oh, Lauren thinks you're ghetto.
No. When Brooke gets upset, I've heard her get a little ghetto.
Do you care to respond? At this point, I'm going to mediate between the two of
I
you.
have black in me.
We don't care about your dates. We're asking
I
about.
wouldn't say I have black in me.
No, she's got that.
We all know about your dating history. We're here to talk about your heritage.
You know what? I've only been with the light skin.
That's fine. What are they?
Do
what-
they even count?
I've been with a black man.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's that make you feel?
I'm fine
He
with
already
it.
knew it.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm not talking about in the race aspect. I'm talking about in the genetic aspect.
What does that mean?
BBC. They don't call it
Listen,
WBC, do they?
there is BWC. I'm not a part of it, but there is.
Oh, white big cock. I thought it was like
big.
whittle black cock.
Did I say it wrong? Did I say it wrong?
You said it right. I was just for some reason thinking the opposite of big black cock was whittle black cock. WBC.
Just typing up
How
on
you feel
the.
about Will Black Cock?
Oh yeah, how's that feel? That little black cock all in your guts. Who's texting me? Oh, it's WBFF. No, I'm just saying that when you get upset, the Dundalk comes out a little bit.
I don't have Dundalk in me. I've never associated with Dundalk.
I'm not saying you associate with Dundalk. I'm saying
But how
that,
could I have have it if I've never been in it?
well, let's be honest. Our father is pretty Dundalk,
He's more like Tawny Town.
which is just KKK Dundalk.
Yeah.
Oof.
Tawny Town is nothing but racist.
Tawny.
Yeah, Tawny Town
Tawny Town.
is nothing but racist Dundalk. In Dundalk, you can cohabitate.
I just get worked up.
In Dundalk, the white men wear basketball shorts and wife beaters. In Tawny Town, the white men wear cargo shorts and wife beaters.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
It's a difference
I got
in
that
wardrobe.
Baltimore.
Yeah. See, I could see that.
Do you remember when I was in like, I don't know, 6th grade and Dad discovered cargo shorts? He kept being like, you got to get down to Boscov's, dude. They got these crazy fucking
I
shorts.
remember he got into cargo pants that zipper at the knee and they turned into cargo shorts.
Oh, those were... Dude, I just imagine him being really pumped about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And flip flops.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember one time he showed up with a black eye. Like just a fucking crazy black eye.
Oh, I thought you said a black guy.
No,
I
no,
thought
no,
that
no.
too, and
I
I was
think
like-
he's probably had a lot of those as well. If probably
open to whatever.
during the days where he.
If he can shove a whole dildo up his ass,
Okay. Yeah.
And we know
we
he
saw
can.
it. All I'm going to say is that
Oh.
I have been told that he would spend days on end in a bathroom just looking out the window smoking crack. And I
Yeah.
think crack also probably makes you crave things.
Oh.
So I don't know. I'm just assuming.
I've craved those things without crack.
No crack
So maybe
needed.
there's a genetic aspect.
I'm
to
going to
it.
need to hit that real quick. All I'm saying is that I remember he showed up with a huge black eye. Is that better for a black eye? And it was when we were going on vacation somewhere with Pop and Gran.
Really?
Yeah, we were going to like Myrtle Beach, and he had this horrible black eye. And
Is he going with you?
He was like, I was like, what happened to you? He's like, I fell at work. And then come to find out, your mother's boyfriend like beat the shit out of him or something.
Oh no.
Like he hopped up on a balcony or something.
Oh,
think she
there was
did it
two
to it.
instances.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Let's get into that.
So my mom had an alcoholic boyfriend. He was from Dundalk.
Oh,
He actually was. His name was Josh. We need to.
Shout out Josh. You think he's still alive?
I hope not.
Okay.
Yeah, we need the sympathetic audience that's like, oh.
Give it up for Josh.
No.
No.
Boo.
Go ahead.
Anyways, him and Dad fought twice.
It's so funny that it happened 2 times. They went back for more.
Yeah. So the first time it was kind of shitty. He sucker punched Dad.
Okay.
Oh, nah.
Fair enough.
Dad was sitting in the car and I was on his lap, and he sucker punched him with me on his lap.
I'm so sorry that you had to witness these things, but in
Yeah.
hindsight,
Dude, that's fucked up, dude. And how old were you?
Like 6.
Oh.
We're like, oh, this is supposed to be a fun podcast.
No, it's
no. This is fun.
Yeah,
Is
we're
everybody-
laughing
Just
like
at
I'm
the
just
trauma,
like
are
speaking
we
of
not?
trauma. But
Yeah.
and then the second time, my mom called Dad over
Mm-hmm.
late at night.
Oh.
Yeah, you
But
guys
yeah.
sound for that?
Yeah, do you have that?
No, I don't have that.
Oh, what
I'm
the
sorry.
Oh,
fuck?
come.
Oh.
Do not come.
No.
Well, in hindsight, we would want to say that.
Yeah, and then he showed up
Well, her boyfriend was out drunk,
Okay.
and she called Dad over
Ooh.
because she told me later on. She's like, "I wanted your daddy back."
Oh,
Weird. Whatever.
that is a little
I think
weird.
Justin Timberlake has a song about that.
I want your daddy back.
Yeah.
That's sexy back.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
So her and Dad are talking
Sure.
in the dining room. I was there,
Mm-hmm.
and this drunk motherfucker climbs up on the deck and comes in through the kitchen. And him and Dad just start fighting.
Brooke's like watching it, like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
but Dad beat him up.
Good.
Oh, that's cool.
He got his revenge.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not cool to sucker punch people. You gotta give him
It must
a
have been the
chance.
sucker punch time that he had the black eye. 'Cause
Probably.
It might have been. Yeah,
it looked like he didn't get the best of that, but
I remember Dad was bleeding. But I think he sucker punched him in the mouth.
Oh.
well, what are you gonna do?
Your father gets into a lot of predicaments. Who knows who punched him? Could have been drugs. Could have been hooker.
Yeah.
Could have been.
He told me
Tranny hooker.
tranny hooker. He didn't have the money and he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, for real.
He told me one time he went on a bender and he was down at Pickle's Pub for the Orioles. Do you know that story?
Yeah.
He was down and he was pissing at the urinal or something, and a guy came up beside him with a Yankees hat and said something to him, and he beat his head against the urinal. His dad took the dude and just started
But
beating
first
his
of all,
head.
why
into
would you
That's
go into
very
Pickle's Pub with a
Baltimorean.
Yankees hat?
Yeah.
You're asking to get your ass beat.
That's very Baltimorean.
I'd like
I
to-
feel like that's okay.
Yeah.
See, and this is the Dundalk where you're going, well, why would you even come in Pickle's Pub with a fucking Yankees hat on?
But why would he? Do
I
that?
stand behind that too. That's fucking Birdland, baby. What are you
Pickles
doing?
Pub?
Birdland?
What are
Pickles
you
Pub is so
doing?
Baltimore. Like it's not
Yeah.
even funny. It's
Okay,
like
but-
the Orioles
Come
homeland.
on.
But you're allowed to go in there with a opposing.
Fuck him.
Not the Yankees.
If I could go back, I'd beat his ass too.
All right.
See, of
See,
all
that's
of
what
the-
I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just feisty. It
I
has nothing
understand.
to do with Dundalk or Baltimore or
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just a feisty
Woman's
woman.
got the
You are
fire
a
in her.
feisty woman. All right, we got some fun news stories here. Which one do you guys want to start with? I'm going to give you guys 2 words, and you pick which route we go down.
Okay, we'll let Brooke pick.
Corpse or bride?
There's a movie called Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
Well, this is 2 separate instances.
Do we get to hear the
Corpse?
about them both eventually?
Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, then who could,
This is
gives a
from.
Sorry.
I didn't bring you here for you guys to gang up and talk about black lovers. We're here to talk about NBCNewYork.com, New York 4.
Ouch.
This is a headline. Man wanted after video shows him performing sex act on corpse on New York City subway.
how did he
What?
get a body on the subway?
Did the person die on the subway and then he fucked it?
That's the thing. And this guy.
Is it a guy or a what? Like what?
Oh, it's a guy. And if
No. He fucked a guy?
oh, I don't know about
No,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Who did he
But
fuck?
I think that, call me old fashioned, and maybe this is just the cynic in me. If you don't want a guy to fuck the corpse on the subway, don't have the corpse on the subway.
I'm just wondering how this went about.
Investigators believe the body had been on the train for hours before disturbing incidents captured on the R train. The NYPD is looking for a man seen on video performing sex acts on a corpse in the subway. According to sources, the investigation started with the discovery of a body on the train at Whitehall Station early this past Wednesday. Police immediately reviewed the MTA subway cameras and found footage of the acts. Sources say the suspect performed or tried to perform various sex acts on the body, and that he would wait for moments when the train car was empty to pursue his attack. Which, by the way, means that there were just people riding on one of these subway
With
cars
a dead
with a dead
person
body.
without even realizing.
And
Probably
then-
thought it was like a homeless person or something.
That's
and-
so sad.
It's believed the entire assault, which sources say involved pulling the body from the train seat to the floor, took several minutes. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-755.
Didn't you say these were
Tips.
supposed to be funny stories, funny news stories, or something?
It doesn't get much funnier than a dude in a puffy jacket with a manicured goatee fucking a corpse on an NYC subway. I'm sorry.
Oh my god,
But
he's
that-
wearing a puffer jacket.
He's wearing a
They all
puffy.
do in New York.
He looks like he just left. What was that store? What was that store in the Westminster Mall that had all the funny shirt? Dad was all about it.
funny
You remember?
shirts?
It was in the
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
something
on,
something
let it out.
berries. I'll end this fucking show right now. I'll end this fucking
so bad.
show right
What are you
now.
talking about berries?
Dingleberry.
Sorry. Something berries. So they sold a lot of puffy jackets. A lot of puffy
Let me
jackets.
tell you something. Stop using my fucking glass.
Let me tell
I'm
you.
so tired of telling you this.
Woman 44 waits until wedding night to have sex. This is from People magazine. Woman 44 waits until wedding night to have sex, only discovered that her hymen is painfully rigid.
Why did you wait so long? Stretch that bitch out.
have-
You
It-
never masturbated?
It had
Oh, I guess masturbation.
it had
is
rusted
sex, too.
over.
It
Now,
calloused.
take it as somebody. No, callus is from repeated use. Rust is from a moist environment. Yeah,
Okay.
see, Brooke's agreeing. with me.
Rust?
Yeah. Sarah Jones Green will undergo surgery to repair her microperforate hymen after she waited such a long time to have
She didn't
sex.
put it back together?
A woman who waited until her wedding night to
gonna
have
break it
sex
open.
discovered she has a medical condition where it's unusually rigid.
That sucks.
Sarah
guess so
Jones
that
Green
Sucks for
waited
you, bitch.
until she was married to have sex because she thought it was, quote, something special. I can tell you from
Not
looking at this woman, she didn't wait because it was something special.
Oh, she waited because ain't nobody wanted to fuck her. Let me see it.
She had to wait until a blind man came along with an erection.
I've heard
She's
of that
not
happening. I
even
know
that
someone-
bad looking.
I know someone that's
She's
happened
just
to.
like a regular looking lady. She looks like a librarian, but like someone's fucking the librarians, right?
She's British.
There's someone out there for everybody, okay?
She says, I didn't want to just give myself to anyone, someone I could eventually break up with in a one-night stand. The London-based marketer, London.
If you don't try it out though, how do you even know what you like?
It's really not that special.
She met Martin Green,
Looks like
44,
trust me.
on a dating app in 2020, and they didn't get married until September 28th, 2024.
They didn't fuck their entire 4-year relationship?
For 4 years. I waited, this is a quote from her.
Wow.
I waited 4 years to have sex with him, but when they tried to have sex on their wedding night, it was too painful. We just couldn't work out how to get it in.
Imagine.
Can you imagine being this guy and just
Imagine.
being like, I just got to get to the wedding night. I just got to get to the wedding night.
And he's jerking
And
off
then
in
she
the shower
fucking cock
instead.
blocks him again.
Her pussy.
Her,
Whoop.
oh, yeah. It had to have been closed over. I like to picture it. It's like my ass. It's
Do your little sound.
what?
Your little butthole sound. When
Oh.
it,
I don't know what sound I made, but I like to think that she at least did something else for him on the wedding night. But she
Probably
probably
not.
made it
better
all
gargle
about.
them fucking balls.
probably not.
Would you say?
She better gargle them fucking balls.
She probably made it all about her. I'm sure.
probably
She probably
crying.
cried.
Oh,
She's in pain.
Oh my
I
god!
have a tall hole. I mean, I have a small hole. I have to get surgery.
He's like, I know. That's why I want it. It's very small now. But here, bite this pillow. Bite this pillow. We're gonna make this work. And then it didn't work.
But your asshole worked, don't it?
Yeah.
He's like flip over.
Yeah.
But that mouth worked, don't it?
Yeah. Your mouth's not pregnant, is it? Oh fucking.
Your mouth not small.
I just
no, she
feel
has a large.
he was like, I think I had a bad crab cake. I'll be right back. And he went into the bathroom and he was gone for 44 seconds and he came back out and he's like, you know what? Let's just go to bed. Don't even worry about it. We were talking today. How much do you think this morning? How do we bring that up? How much a hand job should cost?
Oh, because we were listening to something on a radio and they were like, something, I don't remember. It was somebody paying for a hand job and it was like $30. And I was like, $30 for a hand job. And they were saying how it seemed expensive. And I'm like, $30 is the least I would charge for a hand job. And then I said to Caleb, how much would you pay for a hand job? And he said,
$30 maximum. Because
that's crazy.
Because you're paying someone to do something you can do yourself much better.
Right. And if somebody here's my thinking. If you want me to do something that you can do yourself, then you're gonna fucking pay me
Can I hit
$30 at least.
Let me tell you something. Okay. The guy who is paying for a hand job,
Yeah.
any guy who is paying for a hand job is not paying for the hand job. He's paying to be touched by another human being.
Oh, that makes it sad.
Yeah.
Makes it super sad.
Why'd you say oh?
Well, I'm just saying.
You're paying for sex action. You're a fucking loser. Loser.
Okay.
Don't look at me. I've never paid for a sex act.
I'm not looking. You're right across from me. I can't help.
I'm just saying.
Not look straight ahead.
I think $30 is the maximum. If you're going to start doing other stuff, then sure, jack up the prices. But
Well, you'd hope it'd be the really good hand job.
Fucking loser.
Toggle
Get on
the
a
balls
dating
and
app.
shit.
Get on Tinder and get some free
Hinge
ass.
it.
There is any. If you think you can't even, you won't be able to touch a woman. There is a woman out there that will touch you.
I worked with a guy named Terry. I worked for a guy with a guy named Terry. He's the nicest guy ever.
Terry.
He would.
Hey, yo, Terry. Oh my
he was a
God.
black guy, and he would go, "Hey, yo, Caleb."
Put it in reverse, Terry.
No, you know Terry.
He
You met
wasn't in a
Terry.
wheelchair, no.
He was he's like a 35-year-old black guy. He was the best guy. He sold weed to my mom all the time. He'd be like, "Yo, this ounce is for your mom, Caleb." He would always just bring weed in and be like, "Give it to your mom." He was the nicest guy of all time. He loved seafood. Like he was about to lose a foot. He was like, "Hey, yo, Caleb, I'm running down to Gibby's, get some catfish. You want anything?" And but it turns out what he was actually doing is he would clock out, run to his car, run to an Asian massage parlor place and get jerked off on his lunch break, and then come back and he would be in the best mood ever.
Well, which parlor?
I'm happy to tell you, it was beside Pastori's Deli on Loch Raven Boulevard.
That adds up.
He would go, he'd be like,
That area adds up.
he'd be like, "Yo, Caleb, it's not about the hand job. They got a Western grip on it. They're doing twists. They're doing all sorts of tricks you would never
How
think
much
about."
was it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Were
but
you getting a massage? I'm not you. Was he getting a massage too?
No, there
it's
was no
just the
time for
hand
that on his lunch. He was just, and
Just a happy ending, please.
well, it was an hour lunch break. It was 20 minutes away.
Damn. So yeah, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. He's got 20 minutes for the handy.
Right.
And
he's
God
got-
forbid he eat.
And he always came back with lunch. So
Pastori's right there.
Pastori's,
That's true.
it doesn't, if you're going there for the hand job, it doesn't make sense to pop in.
Is that how you knew? Because he was coming back with Pastori's?
No. What I would do if I was him, and I don't know if this is what he did, I would pop into Pastori's. I would place my
the
order, and I'd go,
next
I got to
door,
take a phone call. I'd go in.
They don't give a fuck. Do you know how many people probably do that? Go into Pastori's, place the order, go next door, get a little handy, get your Sammy, and then leave.
It's going to be a muffaletta, Hoss. I'll be back in 4 minutes.
What a perfect day.
Right?
It was always on payday too, which is Fridays. He would come back and he would be like, I'd be like, "Hey Terry, I really need this car washed." He'd be like, "Yo, I got you. I love washing cars."
Yeah. He was up for anything after that.
There was this other dude named James. He was like a 4'9" black guy who had dreads, and he always smelled of blunt. And one day I asked him, I was like, "Hey, do you want to try like a vapor?" I had a Dynavap. I was like, "Do you want to try this?" He was like, "Oh no, I know I smell. It's in my pocket." He would put blunts out. He would use a blunt like a one hitter throughout the day.
Oh my God.
He would
just
just-
take random hits of blunt
Yeah,
and
he
then
would-
put it out and put it in his pocket?
Yeah.
What?
And yeah, he was crazy. I caught him sleeping. I caught him sleeping in a car one time. Like he was
customer's
just
car?
like nodded out, and I like knocked on the window, and he was like, sorry about that." And I was like, "Yeah, it's
We
all
don't do
good."
that to you.
He would do anything for food.
Oh.
Anything.
Real.
Like I remember one time I came down and I was like, "Hey, this guy's on his way," and they had just started washing his car. He was like, "I don't know what to tell you," and I was like, "Well, I'll tell you this: Taco Bell, anything you want on me. If you fucking," he was like, "All right." And that dude turned into, it was like the weed left his system at the mention of
He was
Taco
like,
Bell.
goodbye.
He went from black to Mexican real quick. He was wiping that shit real fast. He was Speedy Gonzalez around that car. It was incredible. It was one of the, I swear it
What
was
did
one
he
of
get from Taco Bell? What was his order?
Oh my God. He was like, "Let me get 3 Crunchwrap Supremes." They got the cinnamon twist. Yeah, cinnamon twist. I'm gonna need some cinnamon twist. They got the cheese quesadillas, 3 of them. It cost me like $29.
That's expensive for Taco Bell.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then he left. I brought back the Taco Bell. He was like, "I'm going home." That place was a
He
free.
knew what was going to happen after that.
That place was a free for all. Me and Al used to get so drunk during the day there. We also had edible Wednesdays where we would take edibles on Wednesdays
remember that.
and just do nothing throughout. We'd be in my office fucking watching YouTube videos for hours and nobody said anything. They were like,
Well, you were doing your job,
yeah,
I assume.
I would answer the phone. We would,
Yeah.
our favorite thing to do was anytime you call like an insurance company when you're in a body shop, they would say, you're being recorded. And we would go, yeah, you're being recorded too. And they'd always be like, what? You can't record us. And I'm like, why? You're telling me you're recording me. I'm recording you too, bitch. Fucking tit for tat. How you like it? Let's get down to brass tacks.
Did you do this?
Yeah, I took a little shot ski.
I don't know. Give me a shiver. The shivers give me a shiver.
The shivers give you a shiver.
The shiver.
Oh, it's a beautiful Friday night here. NASCAR on the television, Brooke in a polo. We're here. We're just rocking. I don't know. What else, you guys? What is this about a time warp? Lauren's bringing something to the table. Something about a time warp.
Yeah. So I saw this, like, it's a story on TikTok. Just so you know, I just want to clear the air. It is on TikTok. So, yeah. Caleb hates TikTok. This lady on TikTok, she shares other people's stories, and they can be like anything spooky, scary, whatever. So this lady submitted a story about how her and her siblings were traveling from Georgia to Florida, and on the way there, they were on this highway, and they all like really had to pee. So she's like, I'm just going to pull off. They take an exit. They go down this road. There's like no gas stations. They're like, what the fuck? So finally they stumble upon a gas station, and it looks kind of like old and dusty. And there's like one guy working there, but they really just are like, fuck it. We just are going to go inside and pee. So they go inside, and then like the one sibling comes out, the one who's driving, and she like starts to look around the gas station. She's like, why is everything so old? Like everything's like super like vintage. And this is probably like early 2000s, but like everything is like maybe like from the 70s. And she's like, okay, maybe we're just in a really old town. But then once the other siblings are done in the bathroom, they're like, all right, come on, we're going to go. Because the gas station attendant is straight up just staring at them the whole time. Like not talking, not doing anything. So they get in their car. They're like, all right, this is weird. They go to leave. When they leave, like they go down the road, and then not even kidding, they come back. It's the same fucking gas station. Like they're like, what is this? Like, why is this happening? So then eventually they leave and they escape whatever time warp they're in. And then they make it back. And
Can
then
I stop you for a second?
Go ahead.
That's the terminology that you're going to use?
Terminology.
Thank you, Brooke.
Terminology.
Terminology.
I smoke so much weed, I only speak terminology. I'm going to tell you that.
The terminology.
What do you want me to call it?
I don't
What do you
speak-
want me to call it?
I don't speak English. I speak Terpanese.
What do you want me to
For you to go.
I'm not done my story yet, motherfucker. There's another fucking part to it that is going to make sense, and
Okay.
you're not even letting me finish before you're criticizing it.
Okay.
Okay.
If I can criticize the first half.
Yeah,
real
sure.
quick.
No, go ahead.
First of all.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
You said they're in Georgia.
Georgia to Florida. I don't know which part. I don't know where they were.
You've described them going into an old gas station. That's fine.
Okay.
What was the part at the beginning where you went, this is a bitch who's got a TikTok telling other people's stories?
Yeah. You're not on TikTok, so you'd never know.
Did you ever play the game Telephone?
No. You're not understanding.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me. I'm
lady-
really struggling to understand, but I'm
This
going to.
lady has an email where you can submit weird shit that's happened to you. Let's say you saw a ghost and you wanted to tell the story, but you didn't necessarily want to be like on TikTok telling the story yourself because maybe you have a professional job that you don't want people to know that you're seeing ghosts and shit. This lady will be like, I'll tell it for you. And so she tells it from your perspective. It's not like Telephone at all, you motherfucker.
You just described the game of Telephone, but go ahead.
Anyway. So...
You know when you have some crazy shit where you have like an underlying mental illness and you need to express it, but you're afraid that you'll lose your job because people will go, oh, this person believes they've been stuck in a time warp?
No, it was
She'll
just like
tell
a
the
little
story
bit of
for
a
you.
time warp, and then they made it out.
Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, so they make it out, right? So this lady submits this story to the woman on TikTok. She tells it. A couple of days later, woman on TikTok, she's back. She's like, bro, I got an update about the time warp story. And what happened was this guy wrote in and was like, hey, this is going to sound crazy, but the story that
Yes, it will.
the story that you told the other day sounds exactly like the story that my father told me and my sister, like however many years ago. And so basically...
A second-hand story again. Go ahead.
I'm going to kill you. I might actually strangle you. It's okay.
The terminology.
Fuck you both.
So anyway, this guy submits the story and basically he's like, so I think the man that they saw in the gas station was my father because his dad told him and his sister a story about one time when he was working at his job at a gas station.
These bitches ran in my gas station
And
talking
he saw
about
people from the future, like a car that was clearly newer than what the cars were. People who were dressed like much like obviously like more modern than, and he literally just like stared at them. And so they all think that it's interconnected. And like, I forget what year he said it was, but it was like the 1970s. And like when these people came through was like I said, like the early 2000s, maybe late 2000s. But like, it was like some sort of weird time warp. I just think it's crazy.
I agree with
You
you.
clearly don't agree that it's crazy.
Oh, I agree. It's fucking crazy. I agree. Not only do I agree that it's crazy that two families believe this, I also think it's crazy that
No, they didn't believe it.
a
Up
woman-
until this guy heard this story, he didn't believe his dad's story.
the craziest part to me is that you're
They thought
watching
he was
this
on drugs.
and you're going, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You need to lay off the
Because I'll
weed.
be on weed, I'll be smoking weed. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's my point. You need to cut back on the weed. And that's
So you don't believe in time warps?
no. Unequivocally, no.
And you don't believe in Sasquatch either.
No, I don't believe in Sasquatch because
Bigfoot.
you know why I don't believe in Bigfoot? A trucker would have hit one by now.
And they probably have. Do you think if a trucker going 70 miles an hour hit something like Bigfoot, it would explode, implode?
Lauren,
Dude, one time I ran over a dead animal on the
You're-
way to my friend's house, and I'm not even kidding. It might have been a bear, but it could have been a Bigfoot. I don't know. I didn't kill it. It was already dead in the road, but like I've never seen an animal like that.
you're speaking to someone who, I swear to God, for their job, looks at animals being hit all the time.
Not by semi trucks.
Oh, I've seen that. Absolutely, I have. And I'm going to tell you right now, if a fucking trucker
We're gonna
hit
fight.
a humanoid ape, there would be some evidence of it. You think dude, what's the second
It's
story
about
you
the
have about someone's
terminology.
fucking son? Because this
Whose son?
terpentologist
Oh.
is pissing me off.
Tommy Hilfiger's son.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to just, you and Brooke, imagine what you think Tommy Hilfiger's son looks like. Just in your head. Like, I don't even know. I didn't even know he had
Okay.
kids, but like, just imagine it.
Okay,
Okay.
a bucket hat,
And I'm going to show you a
American Flag
picture.
tank top.
a polo, and a bucket hat. He's a party boy. He's a bit of a party boy.
Or he's wearing a navy blue polo.
He's wearing a navy blue polo and a puka shell
I
necklace.
also thought his name was Tommy Hilfiger. So
Hillfinger.
That's what they
His
called me in
son.
high school, Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah, go ahead.
okay, hold on. I'm Googling it.
Oh, amateur hour. This is
wasn't
why-
prepared. Okay.
I know.
Okay, so his name is Ricky Hill, which like whatever.
Ricky Hilfiger.
Yeah.
Why are you
Sounds like a drug dealer.
Ricky Hill?
That's his name.
Hey, yo, Ricky Hill.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
why.
run down.
This is what he looks like.
Oh.
There you go. I beg
Oh.
you all to Google.
Oh, he's a suicide boy?
I guess you could say that.
He's a suicide boy. He looks like he takes Xanax and
Do you
gets
wanna
face
listen?
tattoos.
We should listen to one of his rappers.
I don't want to listen to one of his raps at all. That's the last thing I want to do.
I listened to it. It wasn't good.
That's
Is
like,
there a story associated with him, or you just want to show
No, I
me?
just didn't know if you knew what he looked like.
That's like
Why? What fucking world exists where I have to know what Tommy Hilfiger's son looks like?
That.
oh.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Once you look at him.
It's like Chet Hanks.
Yes.
First
Thank
of all,
you.
I have it on good authority, and I don't repeat this because this was told to me in confidence, real quick.
You're telling everyone.
No, do not repeat this.
Okay.
This coming season, it's going to be a white boy summer.
Oh my god.
I've been told, and I don't know if I'm still gathering all of the information. I'm still gathering all the facts.
Collecting the data.
I've heard that this coming summer is going to be a white boy summer. I don't know for sure.
Never.
Brooke's like, not for me.
It's going to be a very Peruvian summer.
Okay then.
It's going to be a very Peruvian. It's going to be.
Spicy.
They're going to have to clear the tables at Cuba Libre tomorrow night. It's going to be.
Everyone get out.
There's going to be animal. The waiters
There's a
are.
fire.
They're going to
in
run.
my pants.
They're going to run in horror. They're going to be like,
Fire department's gonna
The
pull
people,
up.
it's a several roomed restaurant, and the people in the next room over are going to be like, oh my
What is
God,
that?
we're here on a special night. They're killing a hog to make the Cubanos live
Is that
for
going
us.
to be me? Is
Yeah.
that going to be him?
Oh, we
I
don't know.
I'm assuming by the tone of your voice, it's going to be him being killed. Brooke is going on a date tomorrow night. She's going
Yeah.
to Cuba Libre.
Don't tell the people.
It doesn't drop till Monday.
No, they're
This episode doesn't drop
Yeah.
till Monday.
Unless
The
they're
people
listening
ain't
live,
going.
nobody's
going down to that.
half of them
I'll
aren't
fuck
even
you up
local.
and show up.
Whoa.
My bad.
She will, guys.
That's the
Sorry.
That's the Dundalk coming
I
out
carry
in her right
weapons
there.
at all times.
She does several
gotta.
knives. She's from Dundalk. She's got knives. She's got a club. She's got a sawed-off club. Much like, do you remember the little mini bats they would hand out at baseball games?
Oh, I used to have one. I used to have a real mini bat. It was wooden. It
As
was
a-
fucking heavy.
As opposed to a fake mini bat?
No, like like a plastic bat. That's like bullshit.
I never saw a plastic bullshit
You've
bat.
never seen a plastic
All
bullshit
the
bat.
mini bats are wooden. You're describing a typical wooden mini bat.
Sorry.
I'd just like to point that out.
Also,
You got beef with me tonight or something?
I don't
if your
get
name's
beef.
Andrew from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania,
Oh.
you have a fucking small dick
Oh,
and you take it up the fucking ass. And you look like my 8th grade lesbian gym teacher and Mr. Beans from Even Stevens had a kid.
Wow.
Do not come.
You're built like a woman.
why don't you back up and tell this story?
Yeah, tell them why
Because we're coming in a little. You're
Andrew
coming a
from
little hot
Gettysburg is
here.
just taking shots like, what the fuck?
He's taking shots up the ass. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. And he's like, what the fuck?
Okay, so Brooke
In a
connected
good way.
connected
He
with a
liked
man
it.
on a dating app. Why don't you run through the story real quick? And while I'm at it, let me hit your vape.
I'm going to pull up the screenshots.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need the
We gotta hear the
screenshots. Pull up the
screenshots here.
receipts. Pull up the
First
receipts.
She's
of all,
on-
if you guys could see a picture of this man,
You
he
know.
literally looks like a lesbian.
Yeah.
He does look.
It happens.
He definitely drives a Subaru. No big deal. He coaches
Subaru Outback.
softball. He's
into nature.
He's got a
So-
fast car.
He's gonna find.
I wish I could show you guys, but use your imagination.
That's fine. Yeah. Hit us with the story.
So, I'm on Hinge, and you should put the.
There is no-
I don't have the booze. I don't know about Hinge.
It's a
Me
dating
either.
app.
It's a dating app. Go ahead.
It's like Tinder.
So,
Never
and you
had
have
that either.
prompts
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
that people can engage with and send a like. So
Huh.
they can like comment on your prompt and then send a like.
Okay.
So one of my prompts is a green flag I look for is a guy that listened.
Love a green flag I look for is a guy who plays in the NBA.
Yeah.
No.
You're making it look. That's not the only type of man I
A
like.
green
It's
flag.
just the main one.
A green flag I look for is either a guy playing on the Washington Wizards or his agent. Go ahead.
Or his agent.
Okay. So a green flag I look for is a guy that enjoys making a stallion.
Yes.
I think that weeds.
It weeds out the chumps.
Yeah.
You
I
like
think-
Megan Thee Stallion.
Which one? Which song is that I like?
A bunch of them, honey. You like Plan B. You like that one.
Which,
Oh,
what's that one go?
I can't sing it because I'm not black.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of words I can't say in there.
Is that the one who goes, I can't believe I used to let you fuck
Yep.
me?
Yeah.
I love
Correct.
that song.
Yeah.
I love that
She's great.
song.
And
Yeah.
I think a guy that listens to that type of music is very comfortable in himself.
Oh.
And you know what I mean? So I think it weeds out a lot of the chumps.
My
and the
alarm
haters.
clock is Lizzo by Moonwalker, so you don't have to tell me.
He loves that song.
Go ahead.
So he commented on it, sent me a like. And by the way, you only get 3 likes a day on Hinge.
Oh.
So he wasted a like to try to come at me, and I made him cry.
Sad.
He might have offed himself. I don't know.
Rest in piss, Andrew from Gettysburg.
Fuck you, Andrew.
What did he say to you?
Yeah.
So he says, so you want a gay man?
Hmm.
That's bold of you to say shit like that.
It is
is
pretty
real
bold.
bold.
You got woman birthing hips.
Mm.
Okay.
I know.
I just would like to point out a guy a lot of times can't help the shape of his hips, and I'd like to just make that very clear. Sometimes a guy, all of the girls who dated me in middle school are lesbians now. Just like to point that
Well,
out.
Caleb,
Well,
you did look like a lesbian.
yeah, you did use. I've seen pictures.
Continue
He
your
had-
fucking story.
One side of his hair buzzed.
I was going for the
Did you
Dave.
like wear
That's a
makeup for a little bit? Like
I did
some
not wear.
eyeliner?
No.
He did paint his
You
nails.
painted your nails. though.
Oh, here we go. It was very in. It was very
It
chic.
was. It was.
I was a huge AFI fan. I was going for the Davey Havoc look.
Yeah.
I had a long Davey Havoc haircut. And let me tell you something.
Oh yeah.
It drove the lesbians of Shiloh Middle School wild. There were snail trails all over the fucking hallways. I walked down the hallways. It smelled like a fucking fish market. It smelled like Pike Place
Well,
in
that's not
fucking
good.
Seattle. They were throwing salmon back and forth when I walked down the hallways. Go ahead. Fucking come at me. I was big on MySpace.
Okay, you need to stop now.
Fucking lesbians
Turn
were
my back at you.
they were cutting each other over to be in my top 8 friends. What'd you say? What did you say?
She was just making fun of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking aware.
Honestly, I'm not saying anything nice.
Go ahead.
And so he said, "So ... you want a gay man?" I said, "It's typically the men who make comments like that or the closeted ones." I said, "Don't worry, Pride Month's right around the corner." And I put the rainbow flag. I said,
Mhm.
"Be who you are."
Be who you are.
Have you heard that lady on TikTok? And she's, "Be who you are." She sings it like that.
No, that
For
was
your
beautiful.
pride.
I'm surprised if it's on TikTok. I'm surprised Lauren hasn't fucking heard about
It's
it.
a
It must not be on the Time Warp cryptid animal.
I might not
fucking-
have it on my FYP. I mean, I have a very.
I have a video
curated
of it.
FYP.
Yeah, hit me with the video of the Be Who You Are.
I
Sounds
have it saved in
beautiful.
my favorites. Hold on.
Favorites.
It's important to be who you are. I got an uncle who is flamboyantly gay, and I don't hate him for that reason. I hate him for other reasons. It's got nothing to do with his preferences, you know?
Oh, I think this radio show is here for the gays.
Oh, we're huge allies.
Oh, here we go.
Go ahead. Why is she in,
She's in the Walmart.
vestibule of a fucking Walmart?
She's dead.
There's
Oh,
good.
my
Oh, and then here's a
God.
video of cousin Jen.
Why is she mouthing the N-word? And she's so what?
That's the one Dad slept with.
No.
You're lying.
So, if you're wondering, it's a 50-year-old woman wearing no bra and a tank top,
She looks like
no teeth.
She looks like Bebop and
teeth.
Rocksteady from the Ninja Turtles, dude.
She's mouthing the
no
N-word.
teeth. Oh my God, your dad fucked her?
Like in the 90s.
You didn't finish. You didn't
But
let
I-
Brooke
wait, I
finish
finished
the
my
story.
story.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So, this very closeted.
Closeted gay man.
We're huge allies here
Yeah.
at the Weed Cap Radio.
We only hate the
No,
closeted,
we're trying to
bigoted
get
ones.
him to come out and be his true self,
We just
like
want
that lady
people
said.
to live their lives.
Like that lady said. Be who you are.
She also looked like a Ninja Turtle. She looked
She's
like
dead.
Donatello.
She's dead. She died.
Stop! Don't
Oh,
talk
no.
shit about her.
What happened?
She had illness.
I think she died in her sleep or something.
She died from being too real. Fucking-
She was too real.
She got that realness in
She
her
was the
bloodstream.
best. I was the realest. Yeah.
Oh my God, is that Meek Mill?
Yes.
Yes.
He's gay.
He's not gay.
He's in the closet.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's
Meek
been Diddy.
Mill?
He was at the Diddy parties, getting it up the ass. Yeah,
Him
he
and J.
was.
Biebs.
Yeah,
Justin Bieber, I think is.
I know
gay
that for a
too.
fact. He's the one. There's a video of him going.
What?
I used to pray for times like this, to
No.
rhyme like this. So I had to grind like that, to shine like
Grind?
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
wasn't
grinding
lying.
on some dudes.
He wasn't lying.
There's nothing wrong.
It's all about the
with
terminology.
That's a whoop-hap. Hit me with that. Hit me with that. I'm so fucking. Okay, I mispronounced one fucking word.
Terminology.
The way she dropped it.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate the way she ad-libbed my fucking thund off. You're beating your chest like a gorilla.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So
Here we go.
this closeted man says, laugh my ass off. Nah, I'm not mentally ill. When you are done dating clowns, then you'll find a quality man. Oh. Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
First of all, we're both on a dating app.
Yeah, what the fuck? Passing judgments.
There's nothing wrong with being on a dating app either, because
Andrew.
who
That's how you
wants
find
to,
people now.
who goes out to like a bar single? You know what I mean? That's
Right.
like a weird thing to do
By yourself.
by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're asking for date rape at that point.
Yeah, for real.
What's up? I don't date clowns. And that's why I swipe right past your profile.
That's right.
Also, I thought you were a woman.
I wear polos, bitch.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fuck? I got a real fucking job. I'm corporate, you fuck. Anyways, I said, good one, Pee-wee, you got me. And I'm basically saying, you have 3 likes a day. Why are you wasting it to argue with women? Get some bitches on your dick.
Really?
That's gay.
Really?
Like, you're wasting your likes to argue with
You
women.
have nothing better
You're
to do?
homosexual and you like men. And there's nothing wrong with it if you just gotta be who you are and don't hate women because you hate who you are.
You gotta
That's
switch
a-
your hinge
A
profile. though,
very
right?
rapper. That's a very rapper
Approach.
take for you to have, and I like it. For you to go,
Rapper.
don't worry about me. Why aren't you having bitches on your dick?
No,
Why?
but it's the truth. If you're trying
the
to find
truth.
someone,
It
why
is
are you
true.
wasting to argue with people?
In the words of Wiz Khalifa
Go ahead.
on his 2011 mixtape "Cushion Orange Juice," which is an all-time classic.
Yeah.
I used to wear that. I used to listen to that and wear lacrosse shorts. And he said, instead of worrying about who that bitch fucking, why don't you get you some money?
That's right.
For real?
And that's a real approach that you're having. Did he respond to that?
Yeah.
A real
He
curious.
told me that's why I date liberals with no backbone.
Mm.
And he said, go
Yes.
spread your STDs elsewhere.
STDs.
Yeah.
That's a rude thing for him to say.
First of all, you wish you had a chance to get some STDs.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You never even had the option.
Yeah, you never had the option to get any. Loser.
Oh, you
Oh, look.
wanted an STD? Too bad, motherfucker.
Yeah, you ain't never seen me down at the free clinic, bitch.
Yeah, well, first of all, I was like, that's like a 5th grader comeback. I'm like, I said, how does that relate to anything we're talking about? And I said, I was hoping for something more exciting. If you're going to swipe to argue with me, you
Yeah,
better
what
give
are
me
you
something
doing?
fucking good.
Fair enough.
And I said, give me something better or we're done here.
Do STDs even really exist in today's world?
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
People are whores.
Like
Yeah.
really bad. Like you
Yeah.
can definitely still get STDs.
Okay.
I think if anything, they're just more treatable in 2025, but you can still fucking get them and pass them around.
I worked with this old guy, Mark, who you know.
Yeah, he's a lovely man.
Love Mark. He just casually told me a story one time when I was eating Raisin Canes. He walked up. He was like, you know, I dated some real skeezy bitches in my day. And I was like, I know you have. I see that mustache. I know you have. It must have been wild times working in the automotive industry in the 90s. And he was like, yeah, until it bit me. And I was like, what happened?
Herpes.
And he was, no, not herpes. Although
The clap.
he got the clap. And
That's the other one.
so he described sleeping with a woman, and then like 3 days later, he was like pissing razor blades. He said like it hurt so bad to piss. And then he said the most disgusting thing, and it's lived. I think about it all the time. I'll be driving, and then I get 1,000-yard stare, and I'm just like, I hear this sound in my head.
Echoes through your head.
Yeah, dude. Literally, like, I was just like, my heart will stop, and I'll listen to him describe squeezing his dick like a roll of like a toothpaste tube and getting the stuff out of it.
No.
Pus?
Yeah, he had to like squeeze his dick out, and then this is the craziest thing. My other friend Jared
Yeah.
was like, I had an STD once, and he's younger than me, and I was like, what happened? He was like, I slept with my girlfriend. All of a sudden, some stuff was happening. We both went to the doctors. We were in like a clinic together, like in a room together. And she was like, I didn't sleep with anyone. And he was like, well, I didn't fucking sleep with anyone else. And the doctor was like, well, one of you's fucking lying. Because
Yeah.
you both have chlamydia.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is crazy. I mean, it's just insane. But it sounds like maybe the worst thing you can get because, like, you know, you
It
get.
has to be super common because one of my good friends just had it too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know why. I don't know why it's so common.
I think I don't think it presents in women. I don't think like what Mark said is like,
My friend was gay
well,
for men.
well, I'm just saying Mark said that women typically don't know they have STDs because
It happen, yeah.
yeah, because it lives up inside of them.
Up in you.
Up in you,
your
but-
parts.
But if you're a man, it's just living in the appendage. It's taking
Not a
up
lot of room in
residency.
there. Yeah,
Up
there's
in the tip.
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
in that hole.
He said he took antibiotics and it went away.
Yeah, I mean it's treatable. Some of them aren't though. Some of them aren't.
I think herpes is the only one that's not treatable, right? Because you
Yeah.
I don't think AIDS is treatable.
can. Magic Johnson would like a word.
It's not curable, but it's treatable.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you
you can live with AIDS. Magic
Yeah.
Johnson has AIDS since like 1978.
go. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson.
That's how he got the name Magic.
Get the clapping. going.
Speaking of which, guys, it's been 1 year today that our good friend of the show and former avid listener, Orenthal James Simpson, has been dead for 1 year today.
I didn't even know. I forgot he was dead.
O.J. Simpson, the juice. He's
didn't know he was dead.
Mr. Isotoner himself is dead for 1 year today. So
What a shame.
R.I.P. But I think AIDS is not treatable, and then there's another herpes is not treatable. Herpes is not treatable at all. You get herpes, you
Our
just
ex-stepmom
you're
had
fucked.
herpes.
yes. Our ex-stepmom had herpes. I remember I didn't know this, and then Brooke, I think you called me one time,
Oh,
and
dear
you were
God.
like, "Yeah, Dad's upstairs fighting with her," and he's saying, "What do you want me to do? It's fucking gross."
Yeah. Listen to this shit. Okay, I was in high school. They were arguing. He was about to go on a hunting trip for a weekend, so I was about to be alone with her all weekend. And they argued before he left. And I'm in my room, and they're arguing. And all I hear him say is, I didn't know what they were arguing about. I heard him say, "Well, what the fuck you want me to do, Joanne? It's fucking gross."
The funniest part is that his hunting trip was probably on the block in Baltimore. He's like, "I'm going on a hunting trip."
Hunting for trannies.
And
Yes.
she didn't talk to me the whole entire weekend, and she sat in her room the whole entire weekend with her door shut, but she would cook for me. So, like, she would leave food out on the counter for me and then go upstairs and, like, go in her room.
Oh, she was depressed. She was depressed
But I
because he
didn't even
wouldn't
know.
eat it.
No, like, she
We
was
don't know what-
embarrassed because she thought I overheard the whole argument, but I didn't. I just heard him go, "What do you want me to do, Joanne? It's fucking gross."
Yeah, we just put two and two together, Joanne. We didn't really hear everything.
I didn't know when I was...
You were too young. You
I
didn't know what the fuck
they were
was
talking
going
about.
on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ew, imagine if you did hear the whole thing.
One time I was tripping my nuts off on a tab of LSD that I had taken in secrecy, and she came home drunk and knocked over a Christmas tree.
I remember that. Crazy for
I
you,
was-
Theo. You were probably like,
I was
"Whoa."
on acid, and it was just coming up too, and she came home drunk and knocked over a Christmas
I
tree.
remember
It was,
that.
she was screaming, and I was like, "What?"
She, like, pushed it over, didn't she?
Yeah, she like pushed the Christmas tree over.
Was
and
she mad?
Yeah, she had gone out and gotten drunk. She was mad at me. So
Why was she mad at you?
I had okay. Here's what
She was a
happened.
cunt. I don't know.
No, this was kind of on me. I had said that my father was dead because a girl that I had the girl that I was dating,
Yeah.
her parents wanted to meet my parents, and I was like, "There's no way that this is ever going to happen."
Makes sense.
So I was like, "My dad's dead. They don't need to worry about my dad." Like,
We're engaged and our parents haven't even met.
right? Well, that's because my parents, my mom, and I would never introduce.
My parents are crazy. And
They are crazy, but they're
a different
normal.
way.
And that girl I was dating, her parents were like, they were rich, they were very hoity-toity, and I was like, my parents are dead, you don't need to worry about that. And then she came and she's like, "You want to say your father's dead?" And she knocked over a Christmas tree, and I was like,
Oh, seriously?
yeah,
How did she find out?
Yeah,
I have
how
no
did
idea.
she find out?
no idea. But I was
That's weird.
on acid, and I was like, "Oh my god, she can read my mind. She knows everything I've ever done." She's knocking over Christmas trees.
How did she find that out?
That's fucking weird.
I
Dude,
don't know.
people talk in this town. You
She was
know?
weird. She was a very strange woman. She used to. I remember she used to just lay in her bed and smoke cigarettes and watch like VH1.
Oh.
Yeah.
She would watch like VH1 reality shows and smoke like 5 packs of Marlboro Lights a day.
Oh my God.
And then when she was trying to quit smoking, she would eat like a fucking pack of sunflower seeds. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Ew.
It was the worst thing. And she didn't know how to put them in her mouth and eat them. So she would pick them and like,
Yeah.
she would eat like one
She
at
had
a
like
time.
big teeth.
You're lying.
No, yeah.
She like a little squirrel or a hamster or something?
I still have a scar on my right ass cheek from her daughter pushing me down on a horseshoe
cunt,
pole. Do you remember that?
my
It was just like a
God.
cunty family.
Yeah, they were so cunty.
Cunts.
I
And not in
remember
a good way.
we were at our uncle's
Not
house.
good cunty.
We were at our uncle's house, and everybody was drinking or whatever, and her daughter pushed me with 2 hands, and I fell backwards onto a horseshoe stake. You know, like they play
Oh,
horseshoes
dude.
on. And
Was it
dude,
metal?
Oh yeah.
Did it impale you?
It was 2 inches from going up in me. Luckily, it never would have because my sphincter is so tight. It would have just bounced. I would have bounced like a
Probably
Mario
would've been
coin
better.
or something.
Yeah, you probably
Like-
would
It
have
actually would have saved you.
Yeah. It would have been like, but instead it went into the soft tissue of my ass, and I had to sit on a pillow for like 3 weeks. I had
Sorry, it's
the
so
worst
funny
bruise
to
on my
think about.
ass. Yeah.
She broke your finger too, didn't she?
Yeah, she broke my
What
finger.
the fuck?
She broke my
This
pinky.
bitch? Why?
I don't remember.
She
I
was
think
such a bitch. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
she was such a cunt. I put my hand up because she was like hitting me or something, and she fucking grabbed my pinky and like did that, and it fucking broke my finger.
I think she had a crush on Caleb when we were kids.
Can you blame her?
When you looked like a lesbian.
This was after the lesbian.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. This
This was
is when he got hot.
Lacrosse bro, kind
yeah.
of.
Bulimia.
No. First of all, I told you that in confidence. Why are you saying that? Yeah, I threw up a couple times. Leave me alone. I had to get skinny. Okay. First of all right, that's rude as fuck to bring up on the air.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I threw up a
You
couple
should
of
have
times.
played your red bar. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah, I threw up every once in a while. No big deal.
I mean, we all throw up.
Yeah, I would just throw up after I ate.
When I drink beatboxes, I throw up.
What
Are those
beatboxes?
good? I wanted to try those.
They're the devil's juice.
Okay.
Don't drink them.
Don't drink
First
them.
of all, they make you fucking sick.
Oh,
I had-
see, I'll throw up for sure.
Okay, so picture this.
I'm ready.
I'm seeing family I haven't seen since I've been 6 years old, 5 or 6.
okay.
Probably younger. Visiting family out of town in West Virginia. And, you know, we're
I'm
having
listening. Real quick, I'm
Okay.
listening.
we're
Bye.
having a heartfelt reunion.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
there's some tears involved. Well, I
Sure.
decide I want to drink a little bit, you know.
They got the beatbox in
Yeah.
West Virginia.
So we went to the sheets,
Okay.
and my uncle was like, "Look at these," and I'm like, "Well, pick them up."
Yeah.
And we picked up some buzz balls.
Oh, buzz balls. Yeah, those will fuck you up too.
So I can handle buzz balls pretty well.
Okay. Okay.
I had that night around the campfire. I had 2 buzz balls,
Mm-hmm.
2 beatboxes.
Oh my god.
I was fucking.
You were probably
gone.
lit.
I was.
Probably blackout drunk.
I wasn't blacked out. I've never blacked out before,
Either.
but I still remember. You can hear the toilet.
I know. I could hear him pissing. We could hear your stream.
That's right. I got a powerful stream.
Okay.
Well, I woke up the next morning. I threw up a couple times, but I
Yeah.
woke up with scratches all over me.
What?
Well, apparently I did. I don't remember some things I did because apparently I was doing the worm in the grass.
That's fine.
You were doing the worm. Were you Scotty Too Hottie?
She had 2 buzz balls and 2 beatboxes, but I don't know how much alcohol is in
Oh.
a beatbox. Is it like?
It's apparently it's like 12%.
I think it's like 12%.
Yeah, in each one.
Are those in those cardboard
Yes.
things?
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Yes.
sugar in them, so they make you super hungover.
Yeah, the sugar and alcohol is no good.
I woke up with scratches all over me
From the
from
grass.
doing the worm.
Would you take a trip to Peru?
She
I
was
woke up-
rolling around on the grass
I
like
looked
an
like
animal.
looked like I had walked through some thicket.
Give me some thicket. Let me call William Defoe.
William. Oh no, he's a length guy.
Yeah.
He's a big length guy. He's one of those guys like a pencil.
You got to think people with dicks like that, it probably doesn't grow anymore, right? It just gets hard and stays the same size.
His dick looked like it grew. I mean, there are guys who you see, like in porn, you see a guy whose dick is super long and then it just like gets hard, but it doesn't grow.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's dick looked long and huge, but
And like there
somehow
was more to it.
somehow compressed. It
Yeah.
looked like you know when you have to pack one of those like fake things into a thing of party peanuts and then they lift
Oh my
the
God,
thing
I know
off
what
and
you're
it
talking-
shoots. You know what I'm talking about?
Like,
It's like
these
a-
little inflatable. No, not little. These inflatable things at
Yes.
the like a car dealership.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
yeah. His dick's got 2 arms and it's just
It's
flailing
waving
around.
around.
And they're like, "Look, we're all confused by your penis. You need
Please
to.
put it away.
We're gonna get a stunt cock in here. We're gonna call a guy. We're gonna call.
Why punish the man?
We're gonna call
Yeah,
Earthquake. We're gonna
For being
call. We're,
It's not his fault.
you know what we need in this movie? A thicket. We need a thicket.
It's a thicket.
It's a man with a thick penis.
Oh.
Buzz balls are disgusting because they're orange wine.
What?
I had 2 of them, 2 beatboxes.
What flavor was the beatbox?
I don't remember.
You don't even know.
They're fruity, typically. I think
Yeah,
they're fruity,
I remember that being the case.
The
I
Buzz.
almost bought some at the store the other day.
Listen, if you want to
She said no.
a night, you're turning up, you get some.
Oh, I'm on nitro beers only now. They don't
Yeah,
affect my
Caleb
GERD.
has GERD.
You know what? It's crazy to be. It's so nice to be. When we went to Oscars last weekend,
Yeah.
it was so sick to look at the menu and go, "Oh, I can only have nitro beer." It was very snobbish. It made me. It felt really.
But it
good.
limited your
Twirled
choices.
your mustache up
Dude, he was going to
and
do
worn a
that.
fedora.
I was starting to twirl my
No.
mustache a little bit, and Lauren was like, "Don't ever do that." But
I didn't really mean it. I meant if you're going to be
He will never wear a
snobby
fedora.
about your beard, that's what those kind of people do.
He will
no,
never
I'm
wear
not
a
snobby.
fedora.
I just don't shave. That's why I have a beard. I grew my beard out. You didn't see me like this, but
Kidman.
I grew my beard out for like 4 months once, and I looked like a terrorist. Like it was like down to like here.
Mhm.
And it was so bad. Let me see if I can find a picture. It was the worst like way worse than you ever could imagine because it's so bottom heavy. And then for some reason I like looked online like, hey, how do I make this look better? And they were like, oh, just trim your mustache. So then I had a long beard and a pencil
tiny
thin
little mustache.
I
Did not
looked
help.
like a piece of shit. It was fucking
not
horrible.
help.
No, but
Do you remember when he was bald?
I remember when he tried to give himself a haircut and he messed up the guard.
No, he
that's
was
what she's
bald.
referencing. Thank you very much. That is what she's referencing.
I took a picture of him.
Oh,
He
I have
had a
so many
mullet.
pictures. Yeah. Not a good look. Should have gotten a tattoo on your head, though, or something.
A tattoo on my head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been cool.
It was probably like the one time that you would have your head like completely shaved. I would have been like, give me up.
First of all, when I have a buzz cut, you look at me and you gag.
I've never looked
You
at you
told
and
me-
gagged. That's so crazy.
Oh, yes, you have. You said
That was not a good look for you. I won't lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, you should definitely cut all your hair off. And
you said that
shave it down.
you said that I have a John C. Reilly forehead. You said that I have a.
You look like
Doesn't he look like an Amish?
You know,
He looks like his
from
name is
Dundalk.
Jebediah.
He looks like he's hiding some neck tattoos and he smokes.
Oh
Black
my
and
god, you
Milds.
do kind of look like that. That's true. You look like the white boy who like is on the corner being like,
You look like Malibu.
"Hey,
Most
shorty."
Wanted. Yeah.
Hey,
Shorty.
I'm just running down the past stories real
You look
quick.
like you
I
wear
ain't
black-
getting jerked off.
You look like you wear black Air Forces.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was not a good time, but now I have long hair and I have a
"Oh,
long
you
beard.
look like Jesus.
Yep, that's right. And you
Amen.
get, I love that my company is so scared of lawsuits that they won't tell you that you can't like there was a picture that went viral of one of the people who worked at my companies that someone took a picture of and he was wearing pajama pants and they sent out a thing like, hey, it's okay if you got to wear stuff like that. Like we don't judge here. So I go into these meetings where everyone has like crew cuts and they're wearing polos and stuff. And I show up wearing like jeans and a hoodie and I look like this and everyone's clearly uncomfortable with how I look and no one can say anything. I love it. My boss is always like, so when are you getting a haircut? I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to feel it out. I told him I was donating it.
that's what he
that's what
keeps
I'm
saying
planning
to
on
everybody.
doing.
Yeah.
So
Good for you.
yeah. And also I want to speak about, this is something that I'm going to debut this on the podcast here. I've come up with a fantastic idea. Because I've not been a good person for a lot of my life. There was a lot of my life where I was just a massive loser. I was a total piece of shit. And I feel a lot of guilt about how I was back then. So I've been, for the past like couple months, my conscience has been like, how can I give back? How can I make a difference in the world, you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, how can I try to right some
You
of
didn't
these?
like kill people. Jesus Christ.
No. But I was just a
Oh my
loser.
God.
I was a fucking
You didn't like
loser.
harm people.
Baby.
I struggled with substance abuse. I was abusing for so long. I was abusing fucking cough medicine. Like you don't know
He's
this.
just talking about in terms of being a citizen, an active citizen of society.
From the
He
time
a
I was
piece of
like
shit.
18 until I was like
He wasn't driving.
22,
No, I'm just kidding.
I was just abusing DXM, which is dextromethorphan, which is like a deliriant. that
Dude,
they,
he was hallucinating when
Yeah.
I knew him.
Yeah, I used to just anything to not feel sober because I had a great deal of pain in my body, a great deal of emotional pain that I hadn't dealt with, and I would do anything I could. You can say whisper trauma into the microphone one more goddamn time.
ASMR.
I would do anything I could to not feel the way I felt when I woke up. So and cough medicine was easy to get. So I'm like, I was a piece of shit. I need to remedy this. And I finally devised a way, and I'm going to be working on it this week.
What is it?
I'm glad you asked.
Spit it out.
The Weed Cap Radio Catfish for a Cure. And you might be asking yourself, what is Catfish for a Cure? And I'm glad you asked. I am going to be making fake dating profiles, and I'm going to be leading men on. And when they say they want to meet with me, I'm going to say, make a $20 donation to a charity of your choice, and I'll think about it and send me a screenshot. And once they send me a screenshot, I ghost them. So I'm going to be having...
Wait,
Yes, that's what I've
who
devised.
are you going to be?
I don't,
Just a rando.
I'm just going to get pictures off the internet, and I'm going to be catfishing a bunch of, and I've decided that I won't do this to desperate men.
Are you going to target a specific age?
I think what I'm going to do is go on to that. We watched a documentary about Ashley Madison about men who want to cheat on their wives,
Oh, you know what? 2 for 2 on that one.
and they're all rich. And I'm going to say,
I think you have to pay.
make a $20 to $30 donation to a charity of your choice, and I'll consider meeting up with you tomorrow. I'll consider it. I'm not going to say I will, because then that's false advertising. Send me a
consider.
screenshot and I'll let you know. And then when they send a screenshot that they've donated to charity, I go, congratulations for being a good person. I'll never fucking meet up with you. I'm a 30-year-old man. But
No, you can't say that
sleep-
because then you'll like report your profile. You just have to ghost them.
that's fine. Sleep well knowing that you've done the right thing today. That's
You
what
just
I'll
have
be
to
doing.
ghost them.
The catfish for a
Wait,
cure.
are you going to ask for like a lot of money or just like,
No, it's like 30, 40, 50 bucks. If they look like they can afford it, 100.
oh,
Yeah. But I'm going to be
you're going to
making...
specify the amount to them?
I'm going to be making a difference, okay?
Okay.
Here at Weed Cap Radio, I'm going to be making a difference, and that's what's important. I've decided that to give back, I'll be catfishing these middle-aged men and forcing them to donate, manipulating them into donating to charities of their choice. So it's not me going like, hey,
What if it's a bad charity?
that's fine. It's still a charity. What's a bad charity?
I don't know. I really don't know, but I feel like they're out there.
What's a bad charity? Hey, welcome back to the Susan B. Joman stealing from retarded kids fund. There's no fucking bad charity.
No, I just feel like there might be some that support some bad causes out there.
I don't care about that.
Oh, okay. Well,
He's like, I made a $30 donation to the Ku Klux Klan. Fair enough. No big
no,
deal.
I don't think they're a charity. That's an organization.
That's fine. So that's how I'm
Make
gonna
sure
be-
you specify.
That's how I will be making a
Nonprofits.
difference. I've decided that.
Okay.
Yep. How are you making a difference?
I
By
don't
being
know.
alive.
Yeah, like I'm not really.
How
I
are you
don't feel like
making-
I owe the world anything. I've never been a piece of shit.
Oh, she brought the terminology.
She's never been a piece of shit, but she's believing time warp videos on fucking TikTok.
Get it right?
That doesn't mean she's a bad person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What?
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. Yeah, 100% absolutely. If you support someone who's telling secondhand stories about paranormal stuff,
Did you like the video, Lauren?
Isn't every like true story, movie, or
I can't.
documentation like a secondhand story?
no. No, a lot of them are firsthand stories
Well,
that
that
are
is true,
adapted
but
for
they're-
film.
But
You
the
got
real
Brooke yawning.
people, the real people aren't in play. Well, I'm sorry. Let me go to bed. Let's go.
That's fine. We can end the episode here.
We don't have anything else to talk about. You won't let me tell my zoo chronicle.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Tell your two. Lauren
don't
looked
have
at me
anything to
yesterday. Yeah, literally yesterday. We're sitting on the couch and Lauren goes, I've been thinking about when I was a zookeeper a lot because Lauren was a zookeeper. She has a degree in biology. She's a very talented and intellectual woman, despite what her TikTok page would have you believe.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. And she looks over at me and goes, you know, I pissed in the Sandbill Crane exhibit several times. That's probably why I got fired. They probably saw me on camera squatting and pissing in their exhibit.
I did. I pissed in. No, I pissed in that exhibit once, and I pissed outside of the monkey exhibit once too because I really had to pee. I was drinking so much water; it was hot,
Yeah.
and I didn't think about the fact that they had cameras. I looked around to make sure no one was like gonna see me, but I didn't think about the fact that they had cameras.
I shit in a creek once. Yeah, I know. It's gross. Here's what happened. I was walking with my grandfather and my cousin. I had to shit, and I didn't want to tell him I had to shit. So I ran down the creek, and I shit. And I walked into the creek, and I fucking dropped trowel, and I shit. And then I was like, oh, my God, they're going to wonder why my feet are wet. So I just laid down in the creek, like flat back in the creek, and I was like, they were like, why are you all wet? And I was like, I fell. And they were like, why is there a turd right there?
Why is there a turd floating down after you?
And they were like, did you fucking shit in the creek? I was like, no. And they were
That's
like,
a bear shit.
they were like, there's a human-sized shit and you're covered, you're wet.
bear.
You're dripping wet on your backside and there's a turd floating
So
right
you
there.
just had poo ass?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, you didn't even wipe or nothing?
That's my first immediate thought. He's talking about, I had to cover it up.
Yeah,
Hello,
like, what
you
about
got
your
stinky
asshole?
poo ass.
I
What
was
about
like,
your asshole?
I was like 5 years old. My asshole hadn't developed.
I shit outside one time and I
You,
still
so you had
wiped.
no cheeks in a hole?
Yeah, I had
No cheeks, no hole.
I had an embryo.
Probably
ass.
sticking together, bro, because of the poo. Wow.
Brooke's thinking about all the logistics. She's like,
It
what the
wasn't clean.
fuck?
It wasn't a clean poo. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh no,
No.
it was bad.
It was like a spaghetti-o hot dog poo.
Tapered at the end, bro. Not cool.
Yeah, no.
You needed
It
a
was
wipe.
a mushy poo.
I
You
can
know his cheeks were sticking.
Sticking together like glue.
I can promise you it wasn't a clean pinch at the end. I can
No,
promise
it wasn't.
you.
I felt it. I felt like
She's like, I know exactly the texture. Yeah.
Here's the deal. If you
The consistency.
if you have to shit in a creek, it's not a good shit.
No.
There's no like I think
Emergent shit.
I wasn't breaking out a newspaper and like leisurely.
No.
No, you had to go.
I've had poos where it's turtling and I feel it like creeping up, and it's like pointy and it hurts. It's like a sharp pain, and they're usually clean poos. And
Yeah.
there's minimal wipes.
I feel like when you have to
Clean
hold it
baby
for a
wipe.
long time, it's cleaner.
Oh, is there any better feeling than hitting a ghost wipe? You know what I'm talking about?
No better feeling.
Oh, you guys don't have ghost wipes?
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
But there
There
are
are
like
better
orgasms
feelings.
are better than that. I feel like.
Depends on what day it is. I'll tell you. Sometimes I hit a ghost wipe and it sets the tone for the day and I go, I'm unstoppable. I put on my best polo.
he puts on white underwear.
I put on white. I don't own any white
No
underwear.
white underwear in this house.
No,
I
absolutely not.
refuse him to get white underwear.
I don't wear.
I don't want to see your secrets.
I don't wear. I don't. You know what should be a red flag? A man who wears briefs.
Yeah, white briefs.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Would
about.
it be a red flag if a guy had cream pies on his boxers?
Excuse me.
Cream pies on
Like
his
the
boxers.
oatmeal cream pies.
Is he making them
Oh
himself?
no, but I feel like that's a hint or something.
A hint of something?
A hint or something.
It's a
That he's
fore.
gay?
It's a foretale
no, that he
of,
likes cream pies.
Oh.
of things to come. Literally,
Don't let that happen.
I hear. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but in Peru, it's a sign of if a guy has cream pies on his boxer, it's
I'm
like
not
an.
talking about a Peruvian.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I
Talking
don't.
about somebody who's mixed.
I think that. So, excuse me.
Idiot.
No. Yeah, what a fucking retard I am.
fucking loser. Doesn't know his shit.
What a dumbass.
Quit fucking type of dude take a shit in a creek and not wipe.
Exactly.
I
You
think
couldn't even find a leaf.
I think no, it was in the middle of a creek.
There's no leaves floating around.
Get a fucking rock, Caleb.
Yeah, really. Pick up a rock with
Shove
some
a
moss
rock
and-
between the cheeks.
I think I splashed water.
Yeah, right. What is this, a bidet?
He didn't do shit.
No,
You
I
know he-
didn't. I didn't.
No,
I
he
didn't.
laid down in the creek with his fucking pants already on, and it's probably just smushed around in there.
It was it wasn't
It's
good.
probably dispersed
then you had to
throughout the
walk.
water.
Then
That
you had to
was-
walk back home?
Huh? I did have to walk back home. Yeah, it was bad. It wasn't good. It was a bad time.
Nasty.
It hit me out of nowhere. I used to be very embarrassed to tell people that I had to shit. So I was
Wow,
like,
you've really done a 360.
Yeah, complete opposite now.
it's called growth.
I've matured
I've worked
since then.
very hard. So
It's grown up
As
as a
he
person.
flips his hair out.
as I flip my beautiful,
He's literally flipping his hair out.
Yeah,
big,
his
luscious,
curls.
soft curls. That's right.
That's why we should have video.
No, we don't
People
need
get-
video. It's not how God wanted it to
No, I'm
be.
just kidding. I don't want to be on video.
No, absolutely not. We're not doing
It would
video.
make things funnier.
There's no reason that there needs to be a video
You see
podcast.
people's facial expressions.
No, it's not important.
And you see the hand gestures.
The magic is in the audio. Well, we can wrap
The
it up,
magic
guys.
is in the audio.
Brooke, thank you for coming back to
Thank
Recap
you.
Radio.
I wasn't drunk this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Next time,
Last time I was like off my shit.
next time she's going to be, as she says, off that liquor
Off the
again.
liquor.
Off the liquor. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. We're going to set the record straight. She is not from Dundalk,
Nope.
but
I mean, nope.
she's not from Dundalk, but Dundalk runs deep.
Nothing from Dundalk runs deep in me.
No.
Let's just get that straight.
This is Recap Radio. Guys, we will see you next time. Thank you for listening. We love you. Lauren, say goodbye to the folks at home.
Bye.
Brooke, say goodbye to the
None of you
folks.
fuckers called.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh,
You know
no,
what?
I turned Bluetooth off. I think a couple.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I didn't mean to lash out
Sorry.
at you guys.
No, it's fine.
Love you guys.
I didn't want to
Okay.
interrupt.
Bye.
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 Totally fat, right? Looking like I'm glowing in the dark, holding a flashlight. If you know what I'm talking about, blink once.
Shout out to the women in the crowd that drink Cumberland Farms, chill zone slushies. How you gonna tell me that you still don't love me?
Lovely.
1/5.
Sugar in a cup of tea.
Looking like a punk bitch.
You can never fuck with me.
Love fits.
Buckle in.
Make a bed.
Tuck 'em in.
Tough until I take piano wire to his double chin.
What? 666.
Looking like a fucking bitch.
I don't know what's up with you.
You don't know what's up with this.
Trouble is, fun as this
Really
really
might be.
Y'all can never body rock a mic like me.
Pimp it out.
This is it.
Pimp it out. Shit in a creek, pimp it out.
Pimp it out.
Don't wipe your ass.
Something's up.
Have you had enough?
Look me in the eye and tell me that you've had enough.
Guess not.
Fuck it then.